Okay, so this is your next installment, and I want to go back in, and we're going to, again, still looking at exponential. So I'm going to go ahead and real quick put back in y equals 2 to the x power for you to see. And let's talk about where to put the negative so that it reflects over. And so we're going to put in y equals 2. And this time I'm going to do, oops, not that. I'm going to do it to a negative x, okay? So when I do it to a negative x, it reflects it over the y-axis, okay? We're going to do a reflection over the y. Okay, just so you're aware of that. Now I want to show you, we'll take that one over. So that's if I put a negative there. The next thing I want to show you is how do I do a translation. So y equals, and I'm going to again put in the 2 to the x, and then watch this, I'm going to put in a minus 2. Whoops. Okay, there we go. On there. So I want you to pay attention to where the 2 is at. It is not up with the x, it's just a minus 2. That moved it down, okay? So that is on moving it down the y, okay? Let me put in this one. So y equals, we'll stick with 2 to the x, and then I'm going to put in, let's get out of that, a plus 2, so that should move it up 2, okay? So that is like our k value, hk, okay, the k value. So let's look at what will move it right and left, which is your x value. So it is going to be y equals, let me take off a couple of those. So we're going to move it right and left. Now we're going to come in and we're going to put it 2, and the x this time, I'm going to put the minus, whoops, I don't want it there. Let me get it back up here. I think I have to have parentheses, so let me get that in there. Desmos doesn't like it without parentheses. X minus 2. Close my parentheses. Now I've put it up with the x value. So now that is my h value. Okay? So let's change it if I want, or let's just add another one. Y equals 2. And I'm going to do x, let's do plus 2. So that should, again, move it the opposite direction, and it did. Okay? Okay, so again, when it's with the x, that's going to move it left and right. If I want to move it both, I could put a minus 3 here, and now that moved it to the left 2 and down 3. Okay, so let's say I want to move it to the, let's see, let's move it, x, let's go to the right 3, so that would be minus 3, and then I'm going to go down 4. There we go. Okay? So right 3, down 4. Okay? What else do I want to show you? Oh, I know one other thing I want to show you real quick. Let me back up real quick, put that back in. I'm going to spin this a little bit, and I am going to put in y equals 3 to the x and y equals 4 to the x. And I want you to look at what happens with all 3 of those. Okay? Okay, and hopefully you'll notice they all have a point in common. Now let's think about, why do they have that point in common? 2 to the 0 is 1. 3 to the 0 is 1. 4 to the 0 is 1. What if I put in y equals 1/2, whoops, 1/2 to the 0, what do you think it's going to do? Okay, same thing. So unless I move it right, left, up, down, it is all exponentials, all decays will go through the point 0, 1. Because we know the rule for rules of exponent is that anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay, so you're going to be doing a few graphing of exponentials. Hopefully that makes sense to you. And now I want to show you what a log looks like.